What's narrative assessment and what tools support it to make well-informed choices? Hi, I'm Mark Franklin, practice leader of career cycles and co-founder of OneLifeTools. I've really liked this quote from Dewey. We don't learn from experience, but we learn from reflecting on experience. So many of us in this fast-paced world have a lot of stories and experiences, and we talk often about reflecting on them, but often we don't do that in any organized fashion. So I think we can learn for clarification and for charting a course forward that we can really learn a lot from our stories and experiences. So we have stories and experiences like work experiences, learning, professional development, travel, volunteer, personal stories, and then there's the reflection. What did I like? What didn't I like? What did I get? And so on. You know, if we have stories without reflection, we have one thing after another. Then again, if we have reflection without stories, it's sort of navel-gazing without a purpose. But I think the beautiful combo is stories with reflection. So we developed a narrative assessment system that supports people to make well-informed life and career choices. It's been used by well over 4,000 people across many different countries of origin. And there's more evidence on this approach if you go to onelifetools.com/evidence. So really, the system is a system that helps people of all ages and stages gain clarity, get organized with their thinking, and then get going, get moving to explore their possibilities. It's a three-part system. One part is a discovery experience that's disguised as a board game called Who You Are Matters. There's a narrative approach or methodology that is supported with technology, and a scalable story-based system that combines technology and human delivery for human touch points for blended delivery. So we've applied this across many different groups and with equally positive results in generating hope, efficacy or confidence, resilience, and optimism. So for the game part, we tell stories and we play games. So on the game side, well, what if four individuals could sit playing a self-directed game that led to a written clarification statement, and that then led to making well-informed choices. So we've engaged groups from 5 to 320 to engage in the Who You Are Matters experience. Then the storytelling approach is supported by our narrative model. So the model is really a narrative model that begins with stories and experiences like education, work, volunteer, and so on, and what you liked and learned in each chapter of your work, learning, and leisure. And the future here is depicted as cycles of stability and change, and people come with questions: what am I going to do next? How do I get there? And they want to make choices that they feel good about, confident, hopeful, optimistic. And really, the movement from questions to choices is a two-part process. One, a clarification process supported by stories and narrative, and two, an intentional. So the clarification step is really the narrative, and where we focus on sharing stories and telling stories and gathering and organizing what matters. Metaphorically, we talk about corralling wild horses, where the wild horses are all the ideas you have, the strengths and skills and ideas from other people and your personality and all those elements. And we're trying to corral them not only to get clarity, but this is where we can generate meaningful ideas for the future, meaningful possible future selves. When we generate ideas, rather than get a list of occupational choices or retirement options, here we can generate relevant ideas that connect to things that actually happened in your stories. And those tend to be much more connected and alive possibilities than simply scanning a list of possibilities that you might see. In the statement, we do intentional exploration either on your own, talking to people one-on-one and in what we call field research, or active engagement in the community like volunteering or taking a course. And together, these are supported by our model. You can stop the video now if you want to have a deeper dive into this model. But really, what we want to do now is be able to reach more people with this approach that's, we call it blended delivery, that uses a game, it uses technology, and potentially human support, either one-on-one or one-on-group. So the part about storytelling is supported by an online storyteller, which is a web application that helps you gain more clarification through storytelling, through finding out what you liked, what you're good at, how people described you. All of that storytelling deepens clarification, and then it generates this statement, this choice statement, that helps you accelerate the intentional exploration that follows. So clarification continues by reflecting on stories. And here you see a timeline within the Storyteller where we can have all kinds of stories. And each time you click the Tell Story button, it asks you questions about your stories. In this way, we construct a career sketch or a life sketch. And some have called this a marvelous mosaic of emerging insights, because each story provides more desires, more strengths, more personal qualities, and so on. All of it coming from your story and resulting in a statement. When we use the word career, we mean the full expression of who you are and how you want to be. But it's a life and career statement, which is empowering. It's a distillation of what you've learned from your stories, and it helps you focus on the present and future. It opens you to change, unlike traditional resumes or CVs or LinkedIn profiles that people might have, where the focus is really on the past. And when people look at it, it can limit change. Metaphorically, it's kind of like moving forward while you're driving a car by looking in the rearview mirror instead of looking out the front window to navigate changing conditions and curves in the road. People have said with their statement, "Finally, it's my truth," which guides their exploration and supports them making well-informed choices. So if you were sparked by what you heard today, love to hear from you. You can find out more about us and our practice at careercycles.com, and more about our tools at OneLifeTools.com, and follow us at Career Cycles. Thank you very much.